Hi, friends. I'm Father Kerry Walters, pastor of Holy Spirit American National Catholic Church, and this is another Holy Spirit moment. This one on two kinds of wonder. A few years ago, in one of my books entitled Atheism, A Guide for the Perplexed, I tried to find a common denominator that could bind atheists on the one hand and theists on the other. And the common denominator that I offered was a sense of wonder or awe. Atheists look at the starry firmaments, they look at the wonderful images that come back from the Hubble telescope, they examine the minute intricacies of organic life, and they are filled with wonder. And that wonder prevents them from collapsing reality into lackluster and one-dimensional physicalist terms. Theists, on the other hand, likewise experience wonder. Wonder at the majesty of God, wonder at the beneficence of creation, and even though theists and atheists disagree about the source of the wonder, they can join hands in experiencing it and celebrating it. I think I was wrong. And I think I was wrong because I believe now, thanks to Cardinal John Henry Newman, that the wonder felt by a physicalist or an atheist really isn't the same as the wonder felt by a theist. And that even though there might be superficial agreement between the two kinds of experiences, they are fundamentally different. And so, if there is a common denominator to be found between the spiritual world of a theist and the spiritual world of an atheist, I'm no longer as convinced as I once was that wonder is it. Let me explain to you how my thinking has changed. It goes back, as I mentioned just a second ago, to something that John Henry Newman wrote. John Henry Newman, of course, is the 19th-century Roman Catholic cardinal who started life out as an Anglican and shortly before mid-century helped launch what has come to be known as the Tractarian movement, a movement that tried to suggest to the British Anglican public that the Church of England was actually more Catholic than Protestant. Eventually, John Henry Newman converted to Roman Catholicism and died a cardinal of the church. While he was still an Anglican clergyman, in 1841, he writes a series of 7 letters to the London Times. They appear in February of 1841, and they've come to be known as the Tamsworth Reading Room Letters. And the occasion for these letters was as follows. Sir Robert Peel, a statesman in England at the time, had opened up a public reading room in Tamsworth. And he had bragged about how it would be a place in which people could learn about physical sciences, and in learning about physical sciences, being drawn into a deeper appreciation of God. John Henry Newman took immediate umbrage at the suggestion that an analysis and study of physical reality can lead to an embrace of revealed religion. And his 7 letters to the London Times were an attempt to explain why he thought that Peel's causal connection between study of the sciences and religious devotion was misplaced. And this is what, in a nutshell, John Henry Newman has to say. He says, it is the case that we can wonder at the magnificence of physical creation, its complexity, its orderliness, its law-like regularity. But when we do so from a physicalist perspective, from a scientific perspective, what we're wondering at is the workings of a machine. And that's quite different from the wonder that a religious person experiences when she examines the universe, because her wonder is at the wonder of creation. The machine wonderment need in no way whatsoever appeal to a creator, or if it does, it can be a kind of deistic creator who through the world together and then stepped back and is utterly uninvolved in it. But to wonder at reality as a creation is to put the creator as the first and foremost object of wonderment. So immediately, according to John Henry Newman, the differences between scientific wonderment and religious wonderment are quite different. He says if they were the same, then we would be having a religious experience when we experienced wonderment at a railroad. Of course, railroads and trains were relative novelties in 1841 in England. Today, we might say that if you think that the wonder that we feel at science is the same thing as religious wonderment, then we might say that religious experience could be evoked by wonderment at the splitting of a neutron or at string theory. And there's something very strange about those kinds of pronouncements, isn't there? No, according to John Henry Newman, the two kinds of wonderment are very, very different. And what is religious wonderment? Well, religious wonderment, according to John Henry Newman, is that sense of awe and intense gratitude and profound love that we feel when we think of God as the moral governor and as the creator of special providence. Let me read you just a quick passage from the Tamsworth Letters. The essence of religion, says Newman, is the idea of a moral governor and a particular providence. Is the doctrine of moral governance and a particular providence conveyed to us through the physical sciences at all? And his answer, of course, is no. We can be filled with wonderment at a railroad, at a piece of technology, or at the starry heavens without in the slightest way feeling that we're picking up a kind of moral lesson from it, without in the slightest way suspecting that it cares about us in a specially providential way. Let me put all of this in slightly different terms that I suspect Newman would be sympathetic with. Wonderment is a sense of awe. And it's true that religious people as well as non-religious people can experience awe, although, as I've just explained, a la Newman, the one will be awe in the face of a machine and the other awe in the face of a creation. But what's unique to a religious awe or religious wonder is what we might call adoration. That is the sensation of an intensely intimate, intensely personal relationship with the object of wonderment, namely God. Don't forget the etymology of the word adore. It's ad ora, to the mouth, towards the mouth. Whenever we adore something, in other words, we are so intimate with it that it is as if we are breathing into its mouth and it is breathing into our mouth. That's what's included in the sense of religious wonder that one will never be able to experience when one experiences wonderment from examining the sciences or the physical universe or a piece of sophisticated and quite astounding technology. Plato said in the Theaetetus, his dialogue Theaetetus, famously said that wonderment is the beginning of philosophy, that philosophy begins in wonder. I still really do believe that that is true, but if John Henry Newman is correct, religion has a different source than philosophy. Religion has an adoring wonderment as its root, not merely wonderment in the sense of awe. I'm Father Kerry Walters, and this has been another Holy Spirit Moment. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time.